Hershberger. I live and work in Sarasota, Florida, and I was sent to Dr. Scott Gray because of injuries to my low back and dysfunctionality in regards to that. For me, being a major and having a master's degree in exercise physiology, it was important that I see someone who's similar to my field and who talks the same way I can understand. And so a physical therapist gets down to earth with you, is able to discuss things at a level where you can understand, as well as understands things themselves at more of a level where they can fix any issue. In the case of a doctor or a chiropractor, a lot of times it's not always evidence-based, or it's so much evidence-based that it becomes a fault, and things like an MRI scan or an X-ray weren't necessary in my situation and are not necessary in many other situations. I appreciate that Dr. Scott Gray was able to see me and analyze me and not necessarily make a diagnosis, but work and figure out what works and what doesn't work and provide a solution. Dr. Scott Gray's office, Allied PT, gave me an opportunity to come in and pay cash. It was autonomous. I didn't need a reference from a physician, which is great because having to go through a physician or any other primary care giver would have been more complicated and more expensive. For me, I just walked into Dr. Gray's office, set up an appointment, and he saw me however many times I needed, and at a cheap rate as well. It wasn't necessary that I was there for hours on end, but he was able to equip me and give me the tools needed to recover well and to get back to functionality. I was referred to Dr. Gray through a friend who I know who's also a physical therapist and a colleague, and trusted him because I trusted my friend, and that proved to be correct. Dr. Scott Gray proved to be trustworthy in the way that he talked to me in regards to my condition, and the way that we worked together to figure out the best solution to rehabbing my low back and getting myself back to a pain-free and functional life. Dr. Gray knows his stuff. He knows what he's talking about, and he's always ready to learn, which is always what attracts me to a caregiver or a practitioner, is someone who doesn't know everything but is really always ready to learn and is continually asking questions. Dr. Gray worked with me and in conjunction with other resources to be able to provide a recovery plan, and as well as when I showed up, he was able to give me some instant recovery through some active treatment and manipulation where it was needed. He also was able to work with me to diagnose maybe some abnormalities or just situations in my body that are unique to me, which I can continue to go on and exercise and function from here on out without injuring myself again. Dr. Gray's approach was holistic in nature. He treated me, the person, not just the issue. He came at it from different angles, not just the physical therapy angle, but also active release therapy and from the exercise physiology level. He let me intervene in cases when I felt maybe something should be different or it didn't work. He wasn't persistent on his methods necessarily, but he was ready and willing to use anything that would help me. Within 3 sessions, Dr. Gray was able to get me to a point where I could go out and rehab myself, and I would most certainly go back to him for that reason. He doesn't require that you come in over and over again for multiple appointments just for the sake of him relieving pain. He equips you and he gives you the tools needed to get back to functionality. For that reason, I think Dr. Gray is essential if you have any issues, musculoskeletal, or any injuries that you need treated. Get to him as soon as possible, and he'll take care of you and send you off to get back into yourself.